Dave Meltzer used to tell a story about how Terry Funk would be backstage and he'd be hurting with the bad knees and the bad hips and the back. And he'd be in a really bad situation. But once that music hit, something would wake up inside of him and he would just transform into a different being and walk out there and be Terry fucking Funk. And I just cursed 5 minutes into the show. But folks, there is absolutely nothing that will stop me from giving you guys WrestlePurists Worldwide. It's Monday. It's the 6 o'clock hour. I might be sick. I might be tired. But it's Monday. We're fucking live. It's time for WrestlePurists Worldwide. And I'm your host, Ibu, of WrestlePurists. Joined as always by Anna, who's back from her own sickness. She was dying last week. It's my turn this week. We're here. We're warriors. We're ready to get into it. And we're also joined by the boss man, Monty. Welcome to WrestlePurists Worldwide, everybody. Today's going to be a fun show. You direct it. God damn it, I don't have the strength. Send the super chats. I'll answer whatever fucking question. I don't even care about the black SUVs. I'll spoil next year's AEW creative. If that's
on his deathbed.
If y'all want to know what happens at Wrestle Dream or Wrestle, Kingdom or Wrestle, hey, just you let me know. You know what I mean? I don't even care anymore. You super chat.
You'll say this, but someone will ask something and you'll go really quiet.
Niggas think I'm pussy. Listen, man, send them super chats. Ask what you want to ask. We'll have information on CM Punk's plans for NXT in Chicago. We have information on Wrestle Dream, and we'll also talk some SmackDown and CMLL and whatever else comes up. So, guys, make sure to like the video, comment, send super chats, all that good stuff. Anna, welcome back. We missed you dearly last week. I was very, very worried about you. The public doesn't know this, but you were literally dying. How are you doing?
I'm better. I'm alive. I survived. Yes, I was struggling. I was 5 days in the hospital. So thank you so much to everyone who sent me get well wishes. It was really nice because it was a very hard situation. So seeing all of that and all the support was amazing and really helped. So thank you guys so much. But I'm happy to be back, to be out of the hospital, to be alive. So yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
You don't have to eat really bad fucking shitty hospital food
They didn't have fruits. Okay, I just need a moment. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I don't care.
They didn't have a fruit. There was one day that I'm okay, this food is awful. I just want to eat something fresh. And you would think, right? You're in a hospital, a place where people want to get healthy and where people are supposed to, and just hey, do you have a fruit? Any piece of fruit for me,
at least an apple.
An apple. I was have an apple, an orange, something, and they're no, in a hospital.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Insane. But I survived. The first thing that I did when I left the hospital was going to buy fruits because I was, I'm here.
Well, we're glad you're back.
I just needed to rant about
a lot of love in the chat for Anna right now.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, a lot of love for Anna, a lot of hearts. I'm seeing some "You Are Not Terry Funk." That's unfortunate. All right. Well, anyways, Monty, how are you doing today?
I'm good, man. Same old, same old. Happy to have Anna back. Marcus did a good job last week stepping in. Marcus always reliable. We appreciate him. But yeah, man, I'm in a good mood today, but I'm in a good mood, so let's get into it, man. Let's do it.
Someone's got to be in a good mood. Let's get right into the super chats.
I'm just happy you both alive, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so, right. You're making the town, and it's all. I put Ibu's name on the flyer,
For all that the live chat gives me crap for, man. I could have skipped this thing, but I made it. I want to provide you guys the entertainment that we're known to provide. And again, the working of the phones all day long to be able to get information and confirm it and be able to provide it for you guys with no paywall. I don't know, man.
You need to stop putting over that no paywall gimmick.
Wait, what is that?
You need to stop putting over that no paywall gimmick, brother.
True, because I'm going to start charging.
Taxes are rising, costs are rising.
For now, there's no paywall. You know what I mean? I could really just not do this. Y'all will miss me when I leave, man. Let's get right into super chats.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. All right. Kale, 50 pesos. Appreciate you as always. People have been arguing in my replies about Jimmy Uso for 2 days. I'm scared. Also, if you please stop terrorizing my timeline and welcome back, Anna.
What did I do this time? People got mad at me for people got mad at me for a retweet that I made at like 9 a.m. But that's I don't know.
What was it?
Was
it sacrilegious?
Somebody tweeted big brown areolas with like a thumbs up emoji, and I just retweeted it.
Mature.
At 9 a.m.
That was
Anyway, Darren Walker, £2. Appreciate you. Outrunners will be with Jericho soon. The way things are going. Oh, come on, man! You gotta let people enjoy them. They're not my favorite acts in AEW, but come on, come on down. Be kind. Sapito, $4.99. Appreciate you as always. Really understood the significance of a luchador's mask. In the Apuestas match. And it had me biting at every near fall. It's different watching them live. Yeah, the mask match. That's what it's weird. It's weird because it was like a 4-way, but in the end, it ended up being a mask versus mask match. So
yeah.
I don't know what you actually want to call it. I cannot pronounce that what you've called it in the comments. So that's probably the real name.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, man, great match. We're definitely going to get into that one, and unfortunately, what followed it as well. So, yeah, we'll get into that one, brother. There's nothing quite like a mass match, just to touch on the scripture a little bit more. But don't know, $4.99. That mass versus mass 4-way is peak Lucha Libre, match of the year contender. Mystico, to no fault of his own, wrestled his worst high-profile match since his Sin Cara days.
Did you know, Monty, that Mystico versus Chris Jericho was the lowest rated Mystico match on Cage Match?
Doesn't surprise me.
Of his whole career. Yeah, his whole career.
The thing is, okay, since I left the hospital, I didn't have time to watch anything. I still haven't been able to watch All Out. And then today, during my lunch break in my internship, it's like, okay, I have time to watch one match. Let me watch. let me catch up on the CMLL show. And I said, okay, everyone's talking about the mask versus mask, and everyone's talking about the Jericho match. If I had the two choices, I'm like, okay, I can watch a very good match, or I can be a hater. So let me watch the Jericho match.
That's unfortunate.
It was not worth it. Unfortunately, hating does not pay off. That was I watched at 2.0 speed, and it still felt so slow. It was horrid. It was hard. I regretted that so much. Don't let hate win, because not worth it.
Well, what's funny about all this, Anna? Number one, when I watched, so I came home from work, and when I came home, the mask versus mask 4-way began, and I watched that, and I was like, this was fantastic. And I literally knew in my mind, I was like, I'm going to pretend the show's over now. I'm not going to watch this Jericho thing because I just don't need that. So I didn't watch that one live. And when I heard all the bad stuff about it, to kind of bury the lead here, I finally got to watch it yesterday. And at 5 minutes in, I was like, this is not that bad. This is all right. This is okay. And then Jericho's trying to do lucha, and he's trying to jump and fly and run. And I was like, oh, no. Hatred is going to win, though, Anna, because guess what? Solo Sikoa finally had a good match, but you didn't see it. So it's perfect. You don't have to put it over.
No, because it's Solo Sikoa. Oh, I don't know if there's anyone in the world that would make me watch a Solo Sikoa match. Maybe if they say oh, Solo Sikoa is wrestling Mayu Iwatani, then I'll be like, okay, maybe.
Do you think Mayu could get something out of him?
I think she would try. She would do her best. But there's nothing in the world.
I was really mad, Monty. I was at work, and Joe Holbert's texting me, and he's like, yo, this cage match is good. And I'm like, no, it's shut up, shut the fuck up, and he's just like, no, it's good, Oracle thinks it's outstanding. And I'm like, I don't believe you. and I was telling him, this is bad, right? This is a problem, right? We can't have this. And he's telling me no, you gotta understand, you're the Cody guy. I'm trying to get this solo thing off the ground. We could combine, we could really make something there. And I'm like, no. But I watched it. I actually did think it was good. And if you notice, Monty, I didn't tweet about it. I didn't even make a post.
No, sold it.
Yeah, I just know.
It's nasty, bro. It's
I
a
didn't
page
make
from
a-
AO's book. That is just
I
no
made
sell
no
it.
post.
Said it never happened. Just Hey man, they did the thing though, bro. They did the thing. Solo. He rolled back the years.
Roll back the year. It was just Cody jumping off the cage a couple times, but yeah, it wasn't
Real
bad.
cage match,
Corey David, $2. Oba equals Rolls Royce Phantom. Gunther, 300 Chrysler.
Yeah, man. I thought we'd up. Austin Kinkle,
Oh,
$2. Court and compromise to a permanent end. Death Rebel. Yeah, there's some rumors floating about.
Yeah, they're going to be transitioning away from Death Rebel, which was probably the worst music. Probably the worst music people in the history of wrestling, to be completely honest with you.
Definitely WWE.
Yeah.
Definitely.
They make Mikey Ruckus look like Jim Johnston.
Come on, he has some good music. Come on.
Well, let's
Who am I?
But that's Rebel.
Yeah, let's.
I am King.
No, all about the boom. Come on.
That's
that one
good.
has been
That's
holding him
good.
together for years now.
I like that one, and I like the Lucha Brothers one. That's like, Cero, Miedo, Animo. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Does Def Rebel, which music did he have that is good? Like, does he have a good song? Except for the Roman one.
There's two good Def Rebel themes. EO's one that's like
EO is Def Rebel. Okay, because EO is amazing. EO is like legit amazing. I didn't know it was him though.
Yeah, that's good. And Solo's theme is pretty good.
Nah.
We're taking it all.
Nah.
Sad.
Jacobs is better than Solo's, I think.
I don't even know how that one sounds, but
because you know shit's going down,
Rhea Ripley's is really like try hard. I eat, sleep, breathe. The demons in your dreams.
Tokyo Shock is one of the best ones.
Oh, we started it. We were off on his fucking intro fucking tangent. Mike Stevens, $4.99. Appreciate you. What is the percentage chance we see Danielson at WrestleMania 41?
20. And if you're saying
20.
wrestling, 0.
Anjan PN, $2. Appreciate you. Shooters for Outrunners. The fuck happened to the game? they're likable, man. Okay. It's like what I was saying on the Dynamite review last week, bro. It's like as long as the people booking realize there's a ceiling to it, then it should be fun. But they are likable,
I do have like a genuine question, and I asked Ibu like a couple of days ago because I was so confused. Like, where do they come from? Like, who are these people? Or they like in the indie scene for a real long time, and I just never heard of them before? Because I feel like one day they just showed up on an episode of like AEW, and then they just been there, and I'm like, oh, from where? I'm still lost to this day. Like, I became too afraid to ask on the timeline because I'm like, what is happening? I'm so confused with the Outrunners thing. I feel like I lost such a big part of something that's going on.
Video packages can, they can do a lot. Charismatic guys, and yeah, man. I don't like I said, people just like them, and now they've got some momentum, and it's just like it's I don't know. Ibi, what do you think of the Outrunners?
I don't.
You don't? You not watched any of the matches?
No,
nothing?
I really don't have a strong opinion other than I think it says something about the tag division that like they got the biggest pop in a match that featured the whole division. That kind of reminded me of like when WWE was like really cooked in like the mid 2010s, and the fans all they had to pop for was like just like random irony acts that people just decided they liked. Like in 2015, right? You'd watch a Raw with a dead crowd where like the top angles have no heat, but the fans want to see like Mizdow, like the Miz and Damian Sandow like duo act thing, and it's like what that's indicative to me is like the fans are bored and not interested in like your key people, so they just decided like this thing that we picked is like actually the coolest thing here, and like that's good for the Outrunners, right? Like it's good for them that like the limited exposure they've gotten over, but I think to me it's a symptom that like there's an issue here that like they feel that way about these people, but they don't care about like this team and that team and this team and that team. Why are they apathetic towards Top Flight? Why are they apathetic towards FTR? Why are they apathetic towards some of these other teams that have been pushed more? So that's something to look at. With regards to the Outrunners, I mean, you guys know my stance. Like when it comes to meme wrestling and irony acts, like I just don't like the culture around it when it comes to like, oh, this thing makes me laugh, so I need to see it like 10 times more than I already do, and it needs to be pushed at the top of the shows. That's just not how I look at these things. And I got to see more of them to really kind of like get a feel for how good they are. But from what I've seen, they just seem like a little, it's just a bit of it's like a gag act, and good for them. And I don't know. I don't see them and think, oh my God, this should be like a world title contending team at all.
Of course not.
But people think they should. I'm seeing people tweeting like, oh, they should have won the gauntlet.
Yeah, but bro, it's like you said, it's whatever you called it, the culture around the whatever the fuck, it's like that's just you're gonna get that though, so it's just one of them. But I guess to actually answer Anna's question, I guess where did they come from? OVW, I guess. They did some NWA dates. They've been doing AEW Ring of Honor dates for like a year, to be honest. ROH, Rampage. I think they were in a battle royal or two, So they've been chipping away, and obviously the video package and stuff, and just the way they carry themselves, charismatic, they're a fun act. And it's getting over, so we'll see where it goes. Matt Hennessy, 249. Why did FTR beat GYV 2 matches into their AEW run?
Because they're fucking geeks.
That's a bit far. It's too aggressive. Now, it is an interesting question, though, because you got to think if you are going to debut them, well, not debut them because they did do like an AEW date in the past, but like, you brought them out as like a surprise attack at the end of like the Wembley Tag Title match, seemingly setting up stuff with FTR and the Young Bucks, So it's like to then geek. If you are going to just geek them out, it's kind of a weird way to do it, isn't it?
It is strange, to be fair. Like you would think like you'd get a non-finish or maybe a time limit draw or like the heels winning. So I don't really understand that. But yeah, it is pretty questionable. I'm assuming we'll see why. They'll probably just do 50-50 booking, to be honest with you, and we'll probably just get a rematch in a few weeks where the other guys win. But yeah, I don't know. GYV.
The tag division is just cooked. It's not. It's really not it right now.
I was watching that match and I was like, man, like this is this is just very mid. Like, this is just very mid. It felt like Dax and Cash are just like, all right, look, bro, we're gonna half speed this thing tonight. And I don't know, GYV, even though I think they're nerds, they actually, like, in their heyday were like a really good team wrestling wise. And in their recent outings that I've seen them in, they just haven't looked like that. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, I thought they were very underwhelming in their match against FTR.
Yeah, I tend to agree. Don Rock 199, gonna make Ron bleed, boy, for teaming with a goof. Oh, come on, bro. Come on, man.
I am very
the mega powers.
I am very interested to see how the final boss is gonna show himself. Like, just imagine being like, "You team with that boy, huh?"
That's what I'm waiting for, to be honest, bro. Yeah. Like, that is what I'm waiting for in wrestling. Like,
it's gonna feel like the kids are just like causing chaos in the room, and the dad finally walks in, and everyone turns around like, "Oh shit!" Like, it just feels like he's gonna walk in the middle of a big chaotic scene, and everyone's gonna like turn around and like be super shook. It'd be sick if it happened at Bad Blood Atlanta.
Bro, it's the way that he overshadows everybody. It just makes me laugh, bro. So even Roman, it's like people were doing it with like Roman and Cody recently, like, oh, Roman's got more aura and stuff. But bro, in the Built Mania, when Roman was in that ring with Dwayne, it was like there was levels, like...
I'll put it to you how powerful The Rock is. On the SmackDowns that he was on the rundowns, it wouldn't have the time listed for matches. Like, normally it has the listed time for how long a match is supposed to go. They didn't bother on shows The Rock was on because they knew it was going to change. Because you imagine, like, Anna, imagine telling The Rock, hey Dwayne, can you keep this promo to 10 minutes? He'll be like, I'll finish this when I want to fucking finish talking. And like, so, like,
please, Dwayne, we need to run a mismatch, please.
Basically, Hunter would walk up to, like, I don't know, Candice LeRae and be like, Yeah, look, you might go 3 or 5. I don't, we'll see. Just hang tight, all right? Like that's kind of what would happen.
Be ready.
Just be ready,
Oh man, but yeah, that is, like I said, the big thing I'm looking forward to at the moment in wrestling. Black Yakuza 94, $10. Appreciate you as always. Bloodline fans hating Cody so much that they don't even want Roman anywhere close to him has been the funniest thing I've seen all week. And
Fucking
they
bullshit.
truly live in their own world, separated from reality. I agree. To be honest, they hate him so much.
Like they despise Cody Rhodes. I was seeing people tweeting like, "What the fuck? We wanted Jimmy. We didn't want Cody. We wanted Jimmy." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" Like,
Jimmy Uso will look like such a geek in the ring. Like, imagine if the match was generally like Roman, like Jacob Fatu is there, even and Jimmy, like even Solos are like, come on, but at least you can see, like, I guess it makes sense, whatever. But then Jimmy is like, come on.
It's ridiculous. They hate Cody so much, and I don't get it. It's really unfortunate. This isn't going to be resolved until they get the tension out and get that third match, to be honest. And I already pitched it, Monty. I want it to happen in December on Saturday night's main event.
Listen,
so we'll
I'm never gonna turn away or complain about that chemistry. That's it's special when them two link up. I'm interested to see how they actually do tag together. To be honest, so I'm quite looking forward to it, man. Legend Rider, $5. Appreciate you as always. How pissed would Punk or Drew be if Roman and Cody hijacked the Bad Blood main event spot?
You would see.
I think I'd be that pissed.
No, they'd both be mad. They'd both be mad. The thing is, they wouldn't boo-boo face it. They would just like wrestle harder in their match. But they would take their anger out on the match.
Randy Savage.
But kind of like how Punk approached the Undertaker WrestleMania match like 11 years ago, where he was just mad as fuck, so he just like broke his ribs on that elbow drop. But yeah, like they wouldn't be happy.
But then I don't know if Roman and Cody teaming together could be anywhere else in the card though. Like
Roman has a rule, Anna. So Roman, like literally, this is the Roman rule. He doesn't allow himself to be placed anywhere on the card except the opener or the close.
Because I could see them putting them in the main event, and honestly, I wouldn't be mad at it. It makes sense.
It's Roman and Cody versus Solo.
It's Roman and Cody. No, it's Roman and Cody. I don't care about the Solo, but Jacob Fatu was it's Roman and Cody teaming together. I feel like that should be in a main event, and I'm sorry to Punk and I'm sorry to Drew, but they can have like a banger in the opening. I feel like that would make
that's crazy.
I don't know.
If they saw Punk was open, he'd punch a wall. He'd crash.
If Punk and Drew are main eventing as kind of expected, I guess, at this moment in time, they've got to make it worth it,
Well, they will.
I think Punk's going coast to coast,
well, yes. He already posted on IG a picture of him with a crimson mask, and beyond that, like it'll be a better match than the Bloodline tag, and I'm willing to put money on that. So, you think Roman's gonna hit the ropes?
I don't know what the fuck Roman's gonna do, but people thought Punk bladed in that in the last Drew match. I don't think he did, man. I think he just got a nick somewhere. When Punk runs that blade, bro,
I don't want to fully. What's the
Bret
word?
Hart.
I don't want to fully. What's the word I want to use?
So don't do it then.
Give the recipes, but basically, all right. I'm not gonna say anything about that match, but Triple H has a new rule, folks. Don't aggregate this, please. I love my audience. I'm giving you guys a little bit of a little bit of an insight here. So they don't want to blade full on, but Hunter has this new thing with the guys where he tells them like, just do a little poke, because when you blade, you slash across. But he basically tells them like, you won't get in trouble if you just poke yourself with the blade. That's how Cody was able to get that little trickle, that little sprinkle on SmackDown on Friday.
We need someone. I still need someone to just go fucking coast to coast, bro. I need like Punk has to, bro. You know, you're bringing back the Hell in a Cell. You know, in celebration of the first one. No, that's the bar, brother.
Niggas are really
doing first ever Hell in a Cell match with Shawn and Taker's like one of the best WWE matches ever, like legitimately. So
the '97, yeah.
You know, yeah. My favorite, it's the best Shawn Taker match.
I don't know about that.
It is.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is, man.
No,
die on that hill, bro.
I've watched them all back repeatedly now. I used to think that, and I wanted to feel that way to be cool. Like I wanted to be cool and be different.
It's not cool.
You know,
nothing about that's cool.
No, it's because people like to be different about the Mania matches and be like, oh, they're not that good.
No, they're amazing. You know, they're amazing. But
that Mania 25 match is pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
See, the chat saying people in the chat saying 26. So no, I guess that's a good.
That's just because Joe said it, so niggas want to be his sons, you know, like that.
Okay. Matt Hennessy 2, Euro 49. Hot take: Andrade should win the US title on Friday.
Ooh, I like it. It is a hot. Well, it's hot in the sense that LA Knight like just won this thing from Logan Paul 2 months ago, but
2 months is a good enough brain. Like, fine.
Yeah, like,
you know,
does he need a
proper mid card reign? You know, that's a proper mid card title reign too.
It's the US title. Like, come on.
You know,
like Monty, just imagine, right? Andrade wins that, right? And he's just like, he grabs the mic and he says, like, with this, I'm now the best wrestler in the world. And all you hear is like, you know, AJ Styles' theme, and like it'd just be perfect.
No, I wouldn't complain at all. It's just it just is a hot take because I can imagine there is people who think definitely not, you know. But yeah, man, I'm all for Andrade getting wins, belts, whatever it is. Big fan.
Super chat.
The sword is the proof that I've lived. 9.99. Appreciate it as always. What is the worldwide cruise? What is the worldwide cruise Mount Rushmore of least liked wrestlers, also known as 4 wrestlers you would never watch again by choice?
Can we put Miz in this?
Britt Baker.
Oh, bro, what's the name of that woman in fucking TJPW that I just can't... Hyper Mizal.
Hyper Mizal?
Bro, I can't do it. You know, I can't do it. I remember Parker was doing like a watch along in Discord before, just a TJPW show, and I was doing nothing, you know, so I thought, fuck it, I'll tune in, you know. Don't watch nearly enough Joshi, so I'll watch along with some fellow Joshi fans, you know. And bro, this Hyper Mizal match came, man, and I was just like, this is just like a disgrace to the sport, you know. Like this is terrible, you know. Fun. And she's she's got like a terrible like comedy shtick. Like it's bad. So that's my nomination.
I didn't expect Hyper Mizal.
I'm putting Mike the Miz Mizandon in here.
That's fair.
Don Chocudino is also in this.
Saraya, I don't know.
Because why would I willingly watch Dino? Like his matches are just him taking his like trunks off and like things being stuck in his ass, you know.
Who else is just like?
And I would say like after the Jericho Mystico match, I do not want to watch Chris Jericho. I was at All In person. The second the graphic showed up with the Jericho and Hook match, I left. I didn't need to go to the bathroom. I didn't need to buy anything. I was standing outside until I heard the bell and the match was done and Hook's the team was playing, and then I went back. Like I just refused.
You've got to nominate Britt.
I already told her. For me, my personal Mount Rushmore is Britt Baker, DMD, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and then maybe Chris Jericho. That's like my personal Mount Rushmore.
I want to also nominate Rosemary.
Seeing her pop up on NXT and a few times on the very few occasions that I tune into TNA, I'm like, oof.
Fuck that.
This is rough.
Fuck that.
Who's the chat? So a lot of Jericho in the chat. The Jericho is just one of those, like, bro. I hate watching it, but it's just kind of like I'm defeated. Do you know what I mean? Tony Khan's still gonna force it upon me, you know. So there's a lot of Jericho.
I don't want to see Moose.
Yeah, fuck Moose, bro.
Yeah, like ever.
DIY.
Come on, man.
Alberto Del Rio.
I like Ciampa too much. Bro.
Is that?
I like Ciampa too much. You know?
Ciampa's good.
Ciampa's really good, bro. Gargano's not terrible, but there's just something about him, you know. It's just
Yeah.
anyone else that's caught more. Someone said Nia Jax, which I quite frankly think is like disgusting that anyone would say such terrible things about our queen and champion.
Who would I? Oh my god, this one's gonna be controversial. I got a controversial one.
Oh no,
Shotzi.
is that controversial?
Yeah, people like her. You know,
Some people, yeah.
But
Hopefully,
do they like to see
Patrick's
her
not in the chat. I
wrestle?
don't think.
I don't.
Shotzi is rough at times, bro. Like I get, but at the same time, like I get why people like her because of just like her energy, her look, and stuff like that, you know. But like, she's had some really rough outings, bro.
Beyond just rough outings, like her promos, dude. Like I can't do it. Like she would be on the screen, and like, I'll never forget that fucking Survivor Series build-up promo. Where, like Bianca's like, "I'm gonna show y'all I'm the EST," and Charlotte's like, "I'm gonna be the queen," and she's like, "I'm gonna take all of my rage." I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
All right, so there's kind of, I'm sure out of everything we said, you can piece together a couple Mount Rushmore. So yeah, man. Ricky
Oh my
Morley.
god, Nikita Lyons in the chat. She's horrible, bro.
She's too funny though.
Horrible.
She's too funny though. You know.
That's
That's the balance you have to find, you know. Like if they're bad but they're funny, you know, it's like
she's torn her ACL like 3 times, and her rehabilitation just consists of like making twerk videos and rapping. Like, stop rapping, please. Stop
she's
rapping.
a performer, bro. You know. Anyway, Ricky Wardy 199, Hechicero good, absolutely. WrestlePurists wrestler of the week.
Hechicero great.
Hechicero godly.
Yes.
Icon 499. Who is Punk's GOAT rival? Cena versus Punk 2011 equals Punk turning a main event babyface. Punk versus Hardy. Sensei Seth Hill. No. What the fuck's
SES, Straight Edge Society.
Yeah, Straight Edge Society. Couldn't find that then. Straight Edge Society heel. MJF versus Punk Mid Atlantic Roddy Piper tribute.
So you know what? I'm leaning Monty. I'm leaning Joe, but I'm gonna say Cena. You know why I'm gonna say Cena? John Cena has a lot of like, you know, quote unquote iconic rivals that WWE likes to push in their like documentaries and their propaganda. But the little whispered truth that I have for you guys is a lot of those Cena rivalries aren't that good. And the actually great Cena rivalry that connected on screen, on air, verbally, and in the ring at all times was Punk and Cena. It wasn't Randy and Cena, and not even to the like even more so than like Edge and Cena. It's Punk and Cena. So I'm gonna pick that one, and that's the answer Punk would give if you asked him.
Yeah, man. I'd tend to lean Joe, but that's I don't know, man. I kind of agree with you, though it's a weird one. Jumanji Hunter, $2. Appreciate ST premiere with 2 minutes of women's wrestling. Yeah, their time got cut, bro. It was so weird the way they done it as well. I think they should have like completely changed how they pulled off the segment because they ended up just doing like you said, a 2-minute match. And then they did like the angle, the heel beats up the babyface winner because the last, and it was just it all felt like rushed and kind of shit. Like they should have just done like an angle instead of like forcing a match for the sake of it.
They thought about
it, but obviously then people are like, oh well, there's no women's match, but it's like I don't know. Sometimes it's everything's case by case, and you need to do what would be the most effective. And what they ended up doing with the limited time they had was like pointless, you know.
It reminds me, Monty, of like in my household back in the day, if you drank a lot of the juice but left a little bit in the fridge, my dad would say, "Go fuck yourself. Just finish the fucking bottle," you know. And that's what they did here. Like they left a little bit there just to say that they had it on the show, but what was achieved, you know? So
exactly. Yeah, it was quite. I remember thinking it as well. Like as I'm watching it, like, it was almost kind of jarring. Like, what the fuck? Like, what was the point in this? You know. But we move on. Jan Theodore, $2 Canadian. Sari is having a career year, wrestler of the year candidate.
Yeah. Yes. Regardless of gender.
Honestly, but I mean, she's been since she left NXT and she went back to Japan. Like she's just been having the run of a lifetime. You know,
And I
She's
think she's
amazing.
straight up the best wrestler in Japan, and it's remarkable because she's not signed anywhere really. She does her surrealism shows. She shits on the entire
Yes.
Marigold roster and calls them losers, and she gets cheered for it and shows up and has great matches. And then she just kind of does her
She's
thing and
the
takes
best.
bookings. Yeah, she's
No,
fantastic.
she's one of the best in the world. Like you said, no matter like men and women, like she's just one of the best in the world. Period, and she has been for a really long time now. And yeah, I'm glad that people are catching up.
Vernacular $1.99, $2 to the Ibu Pepto Fund. Punk gonna cook tonight.
I didn't have the shits, guys. You know, I didn't like. Come on. Regarding CM Punk, yeah, Punk has a big angle tonight. He's looking forward to it, and we'll see how it goes.
Brendan Thomas, $2. Appreciate you. What's next for Chris Statlander?
Hopefully a belt.
Yeah. Let's I don't want to be spiteful towards other women. So yeah, Chris Statlander's awesome, and we'll see what happens next for her.
She should be like world champion.
You know? Wow, separating the women from the girls, you know. That's what we need to be doing. But,
she's one of the best in that whole company, and she's also like has been one of the best in that whole company. So I would love to see her as a world champion, maybe like by next year or something.
And Jean Pien. He wants to dismiss Chris Jericho.
That's not what he said.
Compromise to a permanent end.
Hashtag. Yeah, we'll go with what Anna said. Hashtag Mystico deserved better. He did, man.
Remember when we thought Jericho kind of sucked 2 years ago, but he still like quietly was still having like pretty good matches. Like now he like sucks. You know, like now it's like, man, this dude like fucking he's horrible.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel now.
No.
It's over, bro. Black Yakuza 94 $2. Yo, is Swerve gonna make Wrestle Dream? Yeah.
First bit of news, folks. So I want to say it was Dave that said that it was not certain that Swerve was going to make Wrestle Dream. Swerve is currently under hiatus. I spoke to AEW about this. So this is your first bit of news. Swerve is expected to be at Wrestle Dream at least in some capacity. Match is not guaranteed. There are certain things in flux creatively. Match is not guaranteed, but he will be there at least in some capacity, whether it be an angle or a match. And it'll be like very, very, very major.
Very what?
Major.
Oh. Okay. Matt Hennessy, €2.49. Appreciate you again. Shout out to PWN on breaking the Motor City Machine Gun to WWE. Sorry. Yeah, man. Yep. Good people over there from interactions with them and seeing what they're doing. They're on the come up. You know?
They broke the Motor City story, and then PW Insider double confirmed it on Friday night when they basically kind of followed up and said the same thing, which was that they're expected to debut in Chicago. So I'm looking forward to watching them face Axiom and Nathan Fraser. There you go.
Yeah, man. Proper Bruff 499. Appreciate you. Bet you won't say when Darby is winning that belt, but please tell me they work him into the Wrestle Dream match. I ain't trying to see Brian lose to Mox again.
Darby Allin, this is your first bit of I guess this is your second bit of information here. I don't want to give everything away. Darby Allin will be a part of this saga that they are building, and this is absolutely a saga that is being built and booked by Jon Moxley. So he will be a big part of this.
Mark's got the pen.
John's got the pen again. He's chewing gum, you know, like writing onto his little. He's chewing gum.
Walking around backstage, pen behind the ear.
Yeah, I was gonna say pen behind the ear. You know, like, hey Darby, come here. All right, so look, it's gonna be me and you in Queens, all right, and then we'll do this and then we'll do that. And Brian will work Nigel, and you know, but yeah. So John's got the pen when it comes to this stuff, and Darby will be a part of this saga. And the wording is because there are people within AEW that feel that Darby Allin should win the title this year. There are people in creative that feel this way. There are people in creative that feel differently, and so there's a bit of a push and pull there. John feels that he can satisfy everybody with what he has planned, and he feels that coming out of all of this, Darby Allin will be where he fully needs to be, and will finally be. Basically, the vision will be realized with him from like day one, essentially.
Corey David, $5. Appreciate you as always. WWE need to give Brooks Jensen separate ways by Journey or about some burner boy who bro. Who would y'all give licensed music to in WWE and what song? We need to give Brooks Jensen separate ways by Journey or over some burner boy. Yeah, okay. Commas, people, you know.
I'd give so many wrestlers licensed music because their theme songs are so fucking shitty. I'd give EO a licensed song that's Japanese. I'd give like,
but EO's song is like the one of the only ones that's actually
not
good.
a great example out the gate.
It's good, but could you imagine EO coming out to like some like J-pop song? It'd be so sick, you know.
No, her song is like one of the only ones that are actually good. Like, come on. There's so many.
Like I said, it'd be a bad example out the gate, but
it's just garbage twerk music. But I'd give what's it called, Ilya Dragunov, like because of his energy, I'd give him like a Disturbed song or some shit.
Some Daft
I'd give like
Jacob Fatu needs like a licensed song, like just something really turnt, you know. Like just something really got. He needs to come out to Young Jeezy or some shit. What else? Somebody else. Let me think. Who we're looking at here on the card? I changed Cody's theme, but that's me. I'd give him something aggressive.
I would just give like some like the NXT girls. I would give them like really fun songs, you know, like some Glorilla, like Familia. Just like give them fun stuff.
That would,
you know,
that fits. That does fit. That
some
makes
Megan, like just some stuff like that, you know.
Yeah. Braun Breaker. I'd give him a real song.
Jonathan Gomez, $1.99. Happy Mexican Independence Day, Ibu.
Gracias, carnal.
Zaya Barry, $2. Next 3 AEW champs in your guys' opinion?
I can't answer that.
Mox, Darby, Hangman.
Actually, you know what? I don't give a fuck. Mox, Darby, Hangman.
Just take the same answer.
What
you could have just let my like guess just kind of like float around out there, you know.
Hey, Monty, I'm guessing too, bro.
Wink.
No,
Bet you're using $5. Appreciate you. I finally sat down and watched Kenny Omega versus Okada 1, and my God, I get it now. I'd be a full-fed hater if I saw that back in 2017. Religious experience, bro. That was kind of like the gist of it. Like maybe not so much specifically that occasion, but like you know, it's like when you're watching WWE in like the late 2010s, and it's just terrible, and you're never even getting like the good wrestlers that they have on the main roster, and never even getting like the opportunity to like go 20 with each other or anything like that. The odd occasion.
Monty,
there'll be the odd occasion, like once or twice a year. Like that would be
No, Monty, you're forgetting. They went long on pay-per-view matches. The matches would just be like ass. It was the weirdest thing. Like they put 2 good workers on a pay-per-view match for like 25 minutes, and you're watching. What the fuck is going? Yeah, yes, but like
they would never go 25.
Yes, they would, bro. Look those cards back up, bro. Look those cards back up.
Give me a card. Just give me a card. Give me a card.
Okay. Go to Backlash 2018. Go to Backlash 2018 or some shit. Just anything.
Backlash 2018.
Yeah.
There's like AOA going on there. Or something like there were matches around that time in WWE that you feel like they should be very good matches and then they just were.
They were just okay. Yeah, they're just okay.
Yeah.
It felt like that.
All right, we got Seth versus The Miz. Dave gave that 4.25.
It's the best Miz match ever.
That's wild.
All right, so that I'm not counting that as like putting 2
good wrestlers.
Yeah, I'm not counting that.
Okay.
Right, Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton went 12 minutes. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass went 7 minutes. Carmella and Charlotte Flair went 9 minutes.
What a card.
Here we go. WWE title match.
Mm-hmm.
AJ versus Shinsuke.
How long did it go?
That went 20 minutes.
And I remember that match being like,
and it was
all
not.
right. It was like, okay.
What
did Dave give it?
3.25. Then we had Steen Jericho versus Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman. I don't even fucking remember that.
See, Monty, on paper, that sounds gas.
But he got 8 minutes, so. And he got a 3 on Cage. He's got a 3.2 on Cage match. And then the main event was Roman versus Samoa Joe.
How long did it go?
A non-title singles match in 18 minutes.
18 minutes. What was the star rating from Dave?
Didn't get one.
What was this cage match score?
3.6.
What I'm saying, bro.
No, but that's not what I was saying. Because obviously Roman in the main event was always going to get time, you know. But it's like, I don't know. Bro.
I feel like my brain just deleted that era. Like I don't remember anything that happened. Like I know, and the thing is, that was like the only period of not the only period of time, but it was like a period of time that I think I was the most locked in watching every weekly show. Like I would watch Raw, I would watch NXT, I would watch SmackDown, I would watch every single pay-per-view, and I could not, gun to my head, remember a single storyline.
And you know why? You know why?
2006, 2017, 2018, 2019. Like, what the fuck happened?
And you know why? So the shows were built in a way where you had to like train yourself to like not think about it too hard. Because if you did, you'd be like just like infuriated or broken by how little it made sense. Because something would happen, like, wait, weren't they teammates last week? Why is this the thing now? Like it was
unhinged, bro. People don't realize like this is it always pops when me and Ibu get onto like this sort of conversation because it always goes kind of saying like people don't
it's
like,
the
when
worst
people go on Twitter, like say if Triple H does some like boring booking or whatever the fuck,
right? Yeah,
be like, oh, it's not much different than Vince. It's like, brother, what the fuck? Like, I don't even think Triple H is like a great booker or anything. I think he's like he's all right. Do you know what I mean? Like he's pretty decent. It makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like he has his plans. Do you know what I mean? He's a pretty decent booker. But he's not great or anything. But brother, those last few years with Vince, like nothing made sense. You wouldn't get rewarded for watching the show last week. Like just absolutely nothing. Like it was insulting. Like I don't know how like a lot of us did it. I think it's just because he was just out of habit. Do you know what I mean? Watching wrestling every week, you know. But like.
I want to take this moment to retroactively bully some people. Monty, I'll never forget. There were people on Twitter, like WWE fans in 2021. The reason why like Enjoy All Wrestling is made fun of like now, because I think it actually is fair to say that now if you're sincere about it. But like in 2021, people would say this, and it's like, no, I don't have to enjoy all right. Some of this stuff stinks. No, I don't have to, because dude. AEW is at like reaching heights like American wrestling hasn't seen in so long, right? And on the other channel, you have like John Morrison and The Miz with the drip stick, you know, and people are acting like these things are equal. No, they're not equal. I don't have to enjoy
50-50 feuds that no one would ask for, but never had a conclusion and shit.
And so people, the most disingenuous accounts would make posts, right? They'll show a picture of like Roman and then like show Kenny Omega with the belt and then show CM Punk like coming back and then they'll show like I don't know, fucking Charlotte. And they're like, what a time we're living in. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, this is not like, shut up.
Let's have a look at some more of these pay-per-views. You know,
fuck.
No, but the things like
going
back to the super chat, like let's just going back to the super chat, like watching. I feel like that's such a basic wrestling fan experience. Like you hear about the Kenny and Okada match, especially if you weren't watching it during the time, like some years after. Like you hear about it and you're like, "There's no way it was that good." Like people are exaggerating. Then you watch it and like you just get it and you understand why Meltzer just went insane.
Yes,
you know, like those matches are fucking in. Like no matter how many times I rewatch it, it just every single time it's just mind blowing. And I cannot tell you how many times I showed those matches to people and they became wrestling fans because of it, you know? So it's just, no, you get it. You understand. But
Anna, so Omega Okada won, right? In the week that followed that match, I watched it 5 times. And after that, I never watched it back again. And now I can't bring myself to because it'll do weird things to like my psyche. It's really weird. I don't know how to explain this. It happened also when I was watching a Dynamite clip from 2021 with Punk. And I got like really depressed. and I saw I came on Twitter and I saw like the intro to Wrestle Kingdom 11 with Omega Okada, and then I was like, I need to leave. Like I just gotta like I don't know. It's just I can't do it. I can't do it. But it's
Survivor Series 2021.
oh fuck. That was
I'm just doing this.
He had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, which is always good.
That was fun because people thought they were going to
Dave.
shoot on each other.
Beast. You know.
Do you remember
the
that
Raw versus SmackDown elimination tag?
What were the teams?
What was this? Raw wins. Seth Rollins gets the last elimination on Jeff Hardy. There was a Battle Royal, which Omos won. Wasn't
it like a pizza battle royal or some shit like that?
Roman Reigns versus Big E.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was kind of That
was all right.
I remember that.
The show was built around a golden egg, and people thought The Rock was going to show up, and he never did.
Yeah, it was just a golden egg and Theory and Vince boy. Anyway, we got.
My God, I just opened the card here for like SummerSlam 2018 because I'm like I don't remember anything from those years, and I know I watched this whole show and just going to like good. Reading. No, but like just reading the matches, I feel like it's a parallel universe. I do not remember B-Team versus the Revival like for 6 minutes. Yeah. New Day versus the Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah.
The Bludgeon Brothers ruled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
But I just don't remember watching those matches, and I know I watched these shows. I feel insane.
Now the last one we should do, Anna, look up SummerSlam 2021.
No, wait, just a second. The Demon Fiend Balor defeated Baron Corbin 1 minute 30. What?
Why is he working Corbin? Like what?
For 1 minute.
SummerSlam 2021.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh
We've got RK Bro versus AJ and Omos.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Alexa Bliss versus Eva Marie.
I remember that. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Damian Priest versus Sheamus for the US title.
That was okay.
We got the Usos versus the Mysterios.
Very disappointing.
You know, Becky versus Bianca in 26 seconds. The notorious squash. We got Drew versus Jinder in 4 minutes 38 seconds.
What the fuck?
Charlotte Flair defeats Nikki Ash and Rhea Ripley in a triple threat match to retain the Raw Women's title in 30 minutes.
Nikki Ash. Nikki Ash makes my blood boil.
There's an Edge versus Seth Rollins. Pretty good.
That was good. Edge and Seth was good.
They gave her a Money in the Bank. Like they gave her the main title, the Raw title. Like, oh no,
Vince and his gimmicks, bro. We had
that almost made me stop watch wrestling. Like on the spot, like that Money in the Bank when Nikki Ash won. I'm like, okay, I can't do this anymore.
Nearly gave up. All right, WWE title match. Bobby Lashley defeats Goldberg by referee's decision in 7 minutes and 10 seconds. It has a 3.02 on cage match.
I don't know if it's the match, Monty.
It has It has 1.75 stars from Dave Meltzer.
That match was so funny because they just kept suplexing each other wrong and like landing on each other's heads with the moves. And Goldberg does like a bad jackhammer that spikes Bobby, and it goes to a DQ. And then Goldberg's son gets in the ring, and then Bobby just beats up his son. And it was like, okay.
Oh, God. I remember that. Then the main event was Roman versus Cena, which was actually all right. It was
That's like the one thing that never changes. Like SummerSlam 2018 as well, you know, like the whole card. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. But then the main event, Roman versus Brock Lesnar. It's like, okay.
Roman and Brock. Exactly.
I feel like if you open any random show from the past like 10 years, the chances of the main event being Roman, like
yeah, of course, it's fucking Roman, bro.
It's fucking Roman.
At least with Tribal Chief Roman, it's more fun memories than not. As I Barry $2, y'all not riding with the big outrunners, shameful. I don't even like this look. And like I said, I just think, you know, people like them, good for them for getting over. And,
I don't know them.
I'm just not trying to see them win the tag titles or anything.
Right.
But yeah, I'll fuck with them.
I think I like them more than GYV.
Jonathan Gomez, 199. Ibi, say something nice about Penta for today.
Penta's aesthetic is one of the coolest in the history of luchadors.
R. Curtis 777 199. Appreciate it. Solo Sikoa's theme ironically goes.
I'm telling you that. Bah, 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 bah. Bah, 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 bah.
Oh, man.
We're taking it all.
It's the rapping, bro. Like, I can't. The beat. Yeah, I know you're onto something. You know what I'm saying?
You know what song has funny rapping,
bro,
Monty?
the verses are just
the funniest rapping is Mercedes' theme, where she's like,
"Oh
hey,
my
no
god,
shit, bro.
a bigger check, hurt my hand, like whatever she said.
No,
No
heard my
shit,
heel
bro.
never skipped a step. Heard my heel got the women pressed. I was like, oh my god. I love her, but like, girl.
Isn't there a point in the song she's like, I'll give him hell in the cell.
But you know, Solo's team could be like could benefit from having like a remix with an actual rapper doing like good rapping.
Yeah, man.
You know
Like I
what I
say, it's
mean?
just the verses, bro. The whack.
Yeah, they could do like a remix now that they're gonna use like mainstream.
Yeah.
Amari 316 V2 $5. Shout out to Cody Rhodes for carrying Solo Sikoa to a good match, bro.
Yeah, that was listen, man. That adds to his resume. I don't care what anybody says. He had a good match with Solo Sikoa. It took 2 tries, but he did it.
The True God said on his pod, Punk would go to NXT to teach when injured, and loves giving back. With Piper, Brett, Paul E, Dusty teaching him, how would he book? How close are Punk with Rhea and Priest?
We know how Punk would book. Watch Collision. That was his baby. Those first few weeks was CM Punk's baby. Punk's beliefs when it comes to creative principles is a focused TV show that's more grounded with very core characters and a smaller cast of people. That's kind of his general philosophy on wrestling. And his other big philosophy is to treat the angles like big transgressions, to not overdo too many angles on the show, but when you do have an angle, to treat it like it's a big happening. And these are just kind of basic, core, fundamental, old school principles. The type of thing that Eddie Gilbert would book, the type of thing that Paul Heyman would do in the early '90s. It's that type of thing. Punk learned directly from Paul and OVW. And how close is he with Punk, with Rhea and Priest? He's a big fan of them as wrestlers and as people, and they get along. They're not close, but he likes both of them.
Mario 316 V2 $10. We're taking it.
We're taking it all. Settle the score. The one who will not take the loss. Taking it all. Someone please do some Mercedes' theme. I'm begging you. Please.
Come on, man. Nicholas 499, appreciate it. What are you expecting for the CW NXT debut? Motor City Machine Gun, Stephanie, and who do you think main events this show? Hoping it's Roxanne versus Julia.
It
should
depends.
be Roxanne versus Julia.
They're working on getting a commercial-free opening 30 minutes of the show, and I think that would benefit Roxanne and Julia more than they benefit Trick and Ethan, because Trick and Ethan, y'all can go to commercial for that one and come back on the babyface comeback. I don't need to see Ethan's heat section. Whereas Julia and Roxanne, I want to see the details. I want to see the little stuff. So I don't mind that opening. So it's dependent. This is the actual situation. It's dependent on if they're able to get that commercial free beginning of the show, which they're trying to get right now.
Jacob Donnelly, $2. Think Punk versus Drew is still main event in Bad Blood.
It was the scheduled main event as of a week ago. I'll check back and have the.
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
We'll see.
Call me naive. I'm
gonna be honest with you. Like, this is a complete shoot. It's up to Roman Reigns.
Of course it is.
Yeah, it's like
just watch them putting like Punk and Drew, like when they do like double main event, and then it's actually like there's only one main event. When they do that, it's always bullshit, and they're gonna put like Punk and Drew like directly before.
And this is what's gonna happen. Hunter's gonna stand next to Roman and kind of like lean over and be like, "Hey, so what do you think about opening the show?" And he's gonna look at Roman's face, and Roman kind of twitches, and he's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm just saying. I wanted to know your thoughts on it, And he's gonna walk away and just fucking erase shit on the paper and stuff. So, yeah.
Anjan sending a very spiteful message to you, Bill. His little $2.
Goku Reigns, Rhodes. Yeah, I mean, It actually is the same situation in the sense that Goku and Piccolo were mortal enemies, but then Raditz came out of nowhere and they had to fight the bigger threat. And so you got these unlikely allies. The issue with this comparison is that Cody Rhodes is Goku. He's not Piccolo.
Broadway Joe, $5. Punk can't afford to be pissed at anything. This is his last chance and he knows it. He's twerking for that NXT gig bad. Drew could say something though.
Well, here's
Bro, as long as he could say something. Like people, he's not like no, as long as he's not fucking kicking off and punching people in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like you could say...
Yeah, here's the thing, Joe. Me saying that Punk would be annoyed, like he's not gonna run to Hunter and grab by the collar like, listen, you bald fuck, make me the main event. He's just gonna like if they tell him you're not main eventing anymore, he's just gonna in his head think, wow, that's whack, and then just move on with the rest of his fucking day.
It would be hilarious if just hear news about like from the backstage CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna get aggregated, so fuck that.
And Champion, $2. Any news on Kenny Omega? Graps really ain't good without him.
He's not expected to wrestle this year.
I miss Kenny so much, man.
It's really sad.
It's not fun. Yeah.
The Builder, $2 Canadian. Your guys' final prediction on where DG goes.
Ooh.
I don't think he even knows at this point. Like,
yeah, I think it was on this show last week when I was like, I've swung. I want him to go. I want him to stay with AEW again. I've swung again.
When did you swing towards AEW?
NXT, baby. Let's fucking get it.
No, we're not gonna let them get. When the fuck did you swing from that tape?
Last week, bro. Because of yeah, I did, bro. Because of a certain tweet that me and you talked about that appeared on the timeline ahead of All Out. And, there's a certain video. I thought it worried me. It worried me. I made some rash decisions.
Yeah.
And I said he should stay with AEW to be safe. But you know what, bro? Fuck it, man. Let's get him off. I've seen a few AEW fans already turning on him. It's making me feel very spiteful. And let's make the jump, Daniel. Let's do it, Danny.
AEW has removed him from all advertising and promotional materials for October.
Damn.
Bullshit.
Like I said it before, like if I was him, I would just like stay with AEW. If like Tony would sign on paper, saying like I will give you a title, I will give you like a moment, this or that. Like this would have to be like signed, a contract telling me that he would do that for me to stay. Because at this point, after all like the almost there and then back again that they did with him, like I would be pissed. I am pissed for him, So I do not blame him. I would not judge him if he went to NXT and like good for him. At this point, honestly,
man. Fuck him. If I'm Garcia, fuck him. It's like me and Ibu had like that. We had like a full on like debate about it, about like the way AEW's handled it, and I just think it's just bullshit, man. Especially like I think especially with like the example that's been set over, like 2024, like it's been a big contract year, hasn't it? And like with WWE doing like the merger and stuff recently. And like there was a lot of WWE contracts getting close to the wall, bro. A couple of people ran out and stuff like that. But like WWE still like plowed ahead, bro. With them. It's like Damian Priest still got his win at fucking WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre I don't think was signed by the time WrestleMania came around. He still did his he still won the world title and did the biggest angle of his career with CM Punk. There's just plenty of examples, like recent examples of people like, yeah, there might be a negotiation, yeah, the contract might be coming up, but the company does still show that like, they still fire that bullet in the chamber, they still follow through on like what they should have done booking wise. And I don't know, man. I didn't like the pussyfooting with what they did with Garcia at All Out, to be honest.
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why with him it's always the same thing, Like, because
he got a title run at the end of her. Sorry, Anna, but someone just said it in the chat. It triggered me.
Yes.
Carry on.
No, but no, that's the thing. Like, I just don't understand because I feel like we've been having this conversation for like 3 years now because it's always the same thing. And it just doesn't make sense for me. Like, why do you never like fully pull the trigger with him, And it got to a point like it's just annoying at this point. And if they're not gonna do it, if they're not committed to doing it, then like just let him go and let him go to a place that they might actually appreciate him, you know.
Somebody, someone said DG's gonna flip a coin. That's hilarious.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll see what
kind of beast.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, but my actual prediction, I'm still in terms of actual prediction. Like, I probably am still leaning towards AEW, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't trust Tony with him, bro. I just don't. Anjan PN $2. Fe greater than Terry Funk tweet was fucking unfortunate.
I don't want to talk about it.
Who said that?
But Terry Funk is one of one, and there's nobody in the industry right now that can replicate what he contributed to wrestling when he was an active wrestler. Fuck that tweet.
Like, who said that?
Someone did a tweet like there's like 1,000 other Terry Funks now in modern wrestling, and it was like, bro, from what I could tell from like the replies and the quotes to it, it's like the woman, I think it was a woman, tweeted it. It's like, I think there was just like a big misunderstanding in between like what she was actually trying to say, because when she was trying to explain it, it came across like she was trying to say like wrestlers have been inspired by Terry Funk, you know. But instead, she was wording it like, "Oh, there's loads of Terry Funks now," you know, and she was like, "Oh, like Fe," and it's like, what? Like, why? Terry Funk's one of one, man, and I'm sure he has inspired a lot of people. But
what a crazy comparison!
I'm probably giving the lady the benefit of the doubt, you know, but definitely was a stinker to say that there's thousands of Terry Funks. Meant to follow it up with effort, you know. Velocifactor, I think 199. NXT Raw SmackDown top 25 power scale men's top 10. Bro, come on.
That's too many.
You want us to do these big lists? 199.
That is a crazy super chat ask for $2.
That is like top 25.
Crazy. The strongest person between all those shows is The Rock.
Yeah, Dwayne number one. That's what you get.
Even between the women, yeah.
and then Cody and Roman are 2A and 2B, and then like it just follows from there. Gunther.
Oh, sorry. Bro.
Women, I'll say like Rhea, Charlotte, like Becky, whenever she's back, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Nia.
Big Nia. Yeah, man. Matt Hennessy, 249. Appreciate it. DIY are both great wrestlers. Don't get the hate. It's not hate, bro.
I like them.
But
like that's the thing. Like I do like them, and I did like their work in NXT a lot. But ever since they went to the main roster, just I don't know. Like I don't know if they don't know what to do with them. Yeah, because they are good wrestlers, but I don't know if it's like they're just not connecting, or if it's a lack of like direction for them, or I don't know what's going on there. But they are generally good wrestlers. They do have good matches, you know. So I don't get it.
Don't know. 189 Wrestle Dream card predictions. When is it? It's October 15th, I think. We already know.
Wrestle Dream card predictions.
Brian Nigel, obviously, that's already on the card. You know.
Then that's Grand Slam.
Grand Slam.
Shit, it's Grand Slam. When's Grand Slam? What's the date on Grand Slam?
Like, isn't it next week?
There's someone in the chat now. Yeah. Someone in the chat's. What's the Grand Slam date?
All I know is that
I think it's next week.
Yeah, I believe it's next week. Wrestle Dream is in October in Seattle. I won't have you know what? I'll do this for you. I'll break some news. I'll save the CM Punk NXT news for the end of the show, but I'll give you guys some Wrestle Dream news. I'll put it to you this way. I was able to confirm with multiple sources within AEW that as of a month ago, at the very least, it very well appears to still be the plan, but I can't say that for sure. As of a month ago, AEW sources were able to confirm with me that the planned main event for Wrestle Dream was Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley for the AEW Championship.
Bryan should win. Sorry.
That was a lot of people would guess it was going that way, but
right.
It's
yeah. I didn't want to. This is crazy because like reporting isn't like my primary source of income in any way, shape, or form. I didn't want to report this weeks ago purely just because I didn't want to spoil people. But yeah, I think now it's fair. Now we're kind of close enough to where it already looks like it's trending in a certain direction. But that was the discussed and planned main event, at least as of a month ago. We'll see if they go through that or if they change the order around, but that was the plan.
Match 184, 199. In their primes, who's better, either Punk or Tanner?
Hiroshi Tanahashi is potentially the greatest wrestler ever.
Yeah, it's like to ask a big Punk fan, that's quite spiteful, you know. Yeah, Tanner is every bit as good as what you just said. $2.79 from Rochelle. Appreciate your Wrestle Dynasty card predictions. Jesus. Takeshita Okada.
Is Wrestle Dynasty is that the
one in
AEW.
Tokyo Dome?
Yeah.
The second
CMLL, AEW, New Japan.
That's the first. They're doing that one first, I think, aren't they? Wrestle Dynasty. I think.
No, isn't it like the day after Wrestle Kingdom or something?
I'm pretty sure like it's January 5th, I want to say.
Wrestle Dynasty.
I think it's after Wrestle Kingdom, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
but
January
I would say
4th, Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Kingdom is Gen 4.
Wait, would you say Dynasty is the 4th or the 5th?
5th.
Yeah, okay. God, I don't know, man.
I would give Zack Sabre Jr. a big match, but the thing is, like, we don't know if he's losing it at the Tokyo Dome or not, like the day before. So, but I would still try to give him like a big match in the show.
This is a tough ask in September. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, so
this is a very tough ask.
So it's just you'd just be throwing names out, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
you know, that's all you'd be doing at this
I
point,
would do Tem versus Mercedes, but that's me personally.
That sounds great. We don't even know what the Wrestle Kingdom direction is yet.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, IWGP champions, like, who is it going to be? It's like, who's going to be AEW champ? You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? But yeah, Corey David, $2. Is AEW finally done with Wardlow? What do you mean finally, bro? Like, he ain't been on TV for time. It seems that way, doesn't it?
It does seem that way. I don't want to comment any further than that.
Brendan Thomas, $2. Who's confronting Trick after he beats Ethan Page?
They're doing Io versus Bianca tonight. I'm sorry.
Hopefully, they give them time.
I just saw a text. I got a text. I'm sorry. It was from someone in WWE in all caps. He just wrote Io Bianca. Sorry. Who's confronting Trick after he beats Ethan Page? I have no comment on that. I don't think I don't have a comment on
it. Confronting him.
I really don't know what's going on in the men's division.
I don't think anybody is. I think they'll just kind of like let Trick win the belt back. Do you know what I mean? And like, this is a good moment kind of thing. But I don't think they'll like. So that would be my actual guess as of now. Don't know 199. The CMLL card tonight looks better than Anniversario. I don't know what it is, brother. So
yeah, I'd have to look at it. You know what? Let's use this time to just touch on the CMLL show since we're kind of dwindling here. It was the 91st anniversary show, and I love CMLL and I love Arena Mexico shows. They're always just a great time. The major shows like this, because the weekly Friday Super Viernes shows, those are the shows with the tourists usually, and that's the casual audience that just kind of pops for anything, right? These types of shows bring in the hardcore Mexican fans, to which there are many, Monty. And it's those types of shows because Atlantis Jr. gets booed on these shows. And he was in an undercard tag here where he was tagging with, I want to say it was Ultimo Guerrero and Volador Jr., I want to say, against Orange Cassidy, Satoshi Kojima, and Rocky Romero. They are the team. The rationale for that team is basically we are the partners of CMLL. We represent the partners. Kojima represents MLW of all companies, and Rocky is the New Japan guy, and Orange Cassidy is the AEW guy versus Team CMLL. This was a lot of fun. Atlantis Jr. got booed because they hate him because he's the Nepo baby. Unfortunately, there were a couple other undercard tag matches that were just fun. Nothing like crazy, to be honest with you. There was a Copa Independencia final match, which was Titan versus Sobrano Jr. This was not quite as good as it would have looked like it looks on paper. I thought this was a good match. I didn't think this was a great match, but it was good. And this is just the finals of the tournament that they were running, and it was a way to kind of get two young athletes on the card. They're obviously really high on Dorada, so this was a good match. Willow Nightingale. She dropped her CMLL Women's Championship to Zeuxis. Willow, she faced Chris Statlander at All Out, and they took away the title match stipulation from that because Statlander was going to go over, and they wanted Willow to drop her belt to a CMLL wrestler. So she did it here. So that was that. The match was all right. Willow has had better matches in Mexico, but they love her there, which is really cool. And so I guess with that, let's get right to the big thing here. We had a Apuestas 4-way match. And the deal with this match is it's fatal 4-way elimination rules. The first 2 people that get pinned are eliminated. The last 2 people will fight in a mask versus mask match. Some conventional thinking, especially if you're like an American fan who's unfamiliar, you would go, why is that the rules? Why are you punishing the person that lasts to the end? But the psychology here in CMLL, the way they do it, is it's more about like machismo and pride, because you're kind of thing you're looking at it as, I want to make it to the end to claim somebody's mask. Because if you claim the mask, you're in the history books forever. Because every anniversary show we do these Apuestas matches, and you're considered legendary. You're in the video packages. You're in the record books. So obviously, like, it's big feast or famine here, because it's like if you make it to the end and you lose, and that's it for your career, really. But we had a 4-way here. It was Valiente, Euforia, Esfinge, and Hechicero. And the cool thing about this one, Monty, is normally with these Apuestas matches, it's usually 2 big stars. Usually it's like 2 big stars, Arena Mexico, usually in the main event. Here it's like a bunch of career mid-carders. 3 of the 4 like veterans and like well into their 40s. And so the interest behind the match, if you like watch the context, is like these are 4 guys chasing their first really big moment in their careers. It's almost like you're watching a bunch of Tomohiro Ishii's facing each other, or Gotos, or Dolph Zigglers. And there's kind of a charm to that. Just 4 guys fighting like hell, really going after it, trying to get their big moment finally in the sun, right? And so that's what they went for here. And Valiente and Esfinge were eliminated first. Esfinge was, I believe, the first one eliminated. And the final 2 were Euforia and Hechicero. And Euforia and Hechicero were in the Los Infernales stable, which were like one of the top heel stables in CMLL. Euforia turned on Hechicero like 2 years ago, and they never really got to have a serious back and forth match following the turn. And we got it here in this real emotional war that Hechicero finally won, and it turned into a pretty fucking epic match. And in the post match, Euforia took off the mask ceremoniously. He doxed himself, as they do, and it was a real emotional scene. And Soberano Jr., who is his son, was holding the mask, and it was this big thing. And Hechicero, somebody who has always been a great wrestler, but was never pushed in CMLL, who's breaking out this year, partly thanks to the exposure he's gotten to Westerners and to fans overseas in the UK. Now he's really breaking out, Monty, and the Mexican fans love him too, and they chanted for him, they cheered for him. He got a huge moment here. They chanted for him in the main event, which is big. And I thought this match was great. So I thought this was good business. I'm so happy for Hechicero. This to me is like the equivalent, genuinely, of Tomohiro Ishii winning the IWGP Championship. And so a really cool moment for him and a great match, and the main highlight on this show. What did you think of this match, Monty?
I loved it, man. The first 2 eliminations, like just getting through them, was like, it's just kind of like a fun elimination match, crowds into it and stuff. But even like instantly, like I was talking to Anna a little bit about this match before we went live, but like you could just tell that like the crowd was like, they were into kind of everyone, but like there was something special about the way they would react to Hechicero, And like I said, it was just kind of like a fun multi-man match for the first like 2 eliminations. But when we got down to the nitty-gritty, when we got down to that real shit, Hechicero, Euphoria, it was special, bro. That atmosphere, like the way they would bite on the submissions and everything, like I don't know, bro. There was just something that you can only get in mass versus mass matches. It feels like. In a heated arena, Mexico, the people care. They're just like, Hechicero was going crazy, bro. Like he left it all out there, man. He's one of the best Hechicero performances I've seen, and I'm not exactly a CMLL expert or anything, and I've watched hundreds of his matches, but he was looking incredible here. So, one of my favorite matches I've seen in a hot minute, I'd say. I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it too. And I understand you didn't get to catch this because you watched the unfortunate main event, correct?
Yes, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Unfortunately.
Tell us about the main event. Why don't you take us through Mystico and Chris Jericho?
Do I have to?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not gonna do like a play by play like Ebu because it was just bad. It was straight up bad. Like watching this match, I started agreeing with the notion that they should build a wall, but to keep Chris Jericho out of Mexico because I don't know. Like we've known for a while now that he's been cooked and he's been washed and he's not been wrestling the way that he used to. But there was something that was just off. Like it just felt like something was off with him in this match. Like he just basic moves, the Mystical, he was trying his best. He was giving everything. Like it's Mystical, he's a legend, he's like one of the best that they have, and he was trying to do moves that are not complicated, and Jericho couldn't even fall correctly. You know what I mean? Like he would just, instead of falling like you're supposed to, he would just like fall to his knees and kind of stumble down, and then Mystico would be pissed off, like shaking his head. He was trying to run the ropes and do his like little lucha moves, but he just can't. He couldn't for some reason. It was just sloppy and weird, and I had to watch it like double the speed, and it still felt slow, and it was just very very bad. And I think if there was any doubt for anyone that Jericho just, it should take a step back and just go home, stay there for a while, maybe just like don't wrestle anymore as much. I feel like this match was definitely the last thing, like it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. I think if anyone had some goodwill left for Jericho, I don't think you can still have it after watching this match, because it was just so disconjointed, like, and just, yeah, it was not a good match in any sense of the word, and I felt really bad for Mystico. Like if you get them, it's like the Aniversario like show, you get them in event, you're Mystico. It just feels sad. It was just sad to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Listen, Chris Jericho got the spot because back in the day he was Corazon de Leon, and he was never
Yeah.
like a big star in Mexico, but that was his origin. And so like CMLL fans and Mexican fans, they take pride in the fact that someone that they consider their own became a big star. And so he comes back here and it's a big ceremony, it's a big thing, it's Mystico, it's Jericho, it's a dream match, but it just sucked. That's just the bottom line. It sucked. And the post match was an angle for a mid card AEW feud that nobody cares about. So the whole thing was honestly like a big flop and a big misfire for CMLL, which was unfortunate. And I hated everything about it. So I don't know. Did you care for this, Monty?
No, it was pathetic. I kind of felt sorry for Mystico because he tried, bro. Like he took like a crazy bump on the outside off a dive, and I was just like, "Come on, man, you don't need to do this for fucking Jericho." But he tried, and Jericho was quite pathetic in this. So I know he's been bad recently, but like I said, there's something wrong with him. He's fucking drunk or something, bro. He was terrible. But yeah, I ain't really got much to add, to be honest. I know we're running short on time.
It was an unfortunate ending, but I did enjoy the show, even though it wasn't as good as the recent anniversary shows. And that you should definitely check out that 4-way mask match if you haven't already. With that,
I'll definitely like try to get, because I just didn't watch because I didn't have time. But I love Hechicero so much. I saw his his match with Zack Sabre Jr. live at Rev Pro like a couple of weeks ago, and it was one of the best matches of the whole All In weekend. Of the whole week actually. Like Hechicero is just such a star. He's amazing. So I'm looking forward to watch this one for sure when I have time.
yeah. And so with that, I'm going to give you guys the last scoop before we finish up with the super chats here, because, I know a lot of you guys like to jump off to catch Raw. So I'll give you guys this now before the show starts. So here's the deal with CM Punk. He would, don't aggregate this part. Actually, no, fuck it. They're going to aggregate it. So look, Punk would like to wrestle on the CW NXT Chicago debut, but as of a week ago, the creative plans called for him to be scheduled as the special guest referee for Trick Williams versus Ethan Page. This plan hadn't yet to be run by CM Punk, so it is unknown if it has changed since then, but that was the plan that they had put down before they ran it by him and spoke to him. So we'll see what happens. But the plan that they came up with, that NXT and Shawn Michaels came up with, was him as the special guest referee in Chicago for Ethan Page and Trick Williams. That was the scheduled plan, and if it still happens, then that means that they ran it by Punk and he said, "Sure, let's do it." So that's your CM Punk scoop for NXT Chicago CW.
All right, let's close up with some super chats. Skipping ahead to this one because it's $20 from Matt Hennessy. Appreciate you as always. My previous chat on DIY was more of a case I don't get why people hate on them. They have good matches on TV, and unlike some of the other rehires, they get good crowd reactions and they've managed to get over. I've liked their booking. So like the thing with DIY, bro, I don't really think many people actually like hate on them. It's like Joe does it. It's more sort of bit than anything. I mean, kind of people who hate on DIY, why would they hate on them? I don't know, bro. They're not very tall and they're not super over. So there's some people who very much just kind of dismiss them just based off that sort of bullshit, you know.
Johnny likes to cosplay and stuff, and you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Big,
So
big nerdy.
And I feel like a lot of people just think like, you know, they're trying to be DX, they're trying to be like old acts and something, and they don't really have like a lot of personality by themselves, which is something that I don't completely disagree. You know, I would like to see more personality coming from them because we know they do have it. Like if you watch NXT Black and Gold, both Ciampa and Gargano had, you know, good characters, but it's just not really coming across as of lately. So I don't know. I do understand some of the criticism, but they are good wrestlers, you know. So I don't.
Yeah. And Ciampa especially is very good. I think I've been a big fan of Ciampa for a long while, to be honest. Jumanji Hunter, $2. Appreciate it. SmackDown numbers down. Freddy's dying. Well, they're not on Fox anymore, baby.
No, your Fox is there's not a lot of time for this now, but Fox is like being really spiteful. They just put out a press release for their college football numbers this Friday, and they basically were like, amazing numbers for college football this Friday. The best on this time slot, on this channel, on this day in a long time. Good on college. And it's, you know, it's like, damn, bro. Like, fuck. So, yeah.
Percentage chance we ever get Punk versus Roman feud?
75%.
Yeah, I'd probably be around that kind of range as well. CB Jackson, $7.5. When does Buddy Matthews start getting pushed with Stadium Show coming in Australia?
Not happening.
He should be on the card.
Maybe they get like a title match.
A House of Black match. Yeah.
He'll be on the card.
Hush 199. The 6-match card here to stay, or just a one-off?
There's unique situations with Bad Blood in Atlanta that are leading to this extended card this time around, but beyond that, I don't know. Saudi might have more than 5 matches as well.
Losing fight 199. Mox's plans with Maria Shafir.
I was gonna say what
Mariah. Mox plans for Mariah, huh?
I don't know.
Russia 279. Appreciate it as always. When's Takeshita winning a belt?
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully fucking Wednesday.
I would say this. Like, he's probably going to be the one to beat Okada.
And then there's just going to be in January. So,
how important was Funk, Brett, Austin, and Piper to CM Punk?
Very.
Funk would probably be number 1 though, wouldn't he?
Out of these people,
Martin Piper.
Yeah, probably. He was really close with both him and Bret Hart.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah.
He spoke to Terry Funk the year he passed.
Yeah. Hush 199. Can we expect Big Bob a Grand Slam or Wrestle Dream? I think so. But I don't know. That's not a scoop, obviously. I don't know that. This isn't like the.
No comment.
Well, I didn't know as much as Wrestle. I didn't know as much as Ibu, but I knew Swerve would definitely be at Wrestle Dream. But yeah, I don't know. I think I wouldn't blame AEW fans for like thinking that's going to happen. You know. What do you think, Ibu? Or do you know anything?
No comment.
Fair. I'll ask you after. Adam Legend, $5. After Deanna's grand After Deanna's grad school tweet, do you think AEW talent that are still in school compare report cards? I don't know. Fucking questions that.
I don't think so.
199. How did Triple H convince Roman to team with Cody?
I can't
I don't think
comment.
he would have needed. He wouldn't. I don't think Roman was like, oh, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to do it.
Triple H had
Like
to
it makes
beg
sense
and
with the
plead.
story. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
man.
makes sense.
Roman's all about business, brother. As long as he comes
It's
out
good
of it,
business.
I'll
Tribal
tell
Chief.
there has not been an agreed upon finish to the third Roman Cody match yet.
Beast. Real wrestlers.
Time limit.
Ryan Cecchini. I hope I got that right. $6.99. PFC hate is a little overdone. Sonya not a bad valet. I like Zoe as a worker. They need a star though. Any suggestions?
Their problem is that
that's
they're
a pure
over.
fusion collective.
Yeah,
That's
their
who he's
issue.
talking about.
I
The
like
name is just wild.
Sonya's a bad wrestler, but she's a good promo. Zoe and Shayna are actually a very capable tag team. The problem is that they're not over. Who could make them over? I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
because it would have to be someone who fits that like archetype
Vibe.
as well.
Is
so
there
it's,
another
it's
lesbian in
tough,
the
bro.
company?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna have to like.
Yeah,
Monty, is it?
Yeah, of course.
Monty, are we gonna hotshot Delta to the main roster? Like,
I don't know what we're doing, bro.
I don't know.
Well, Icon says 199. Does Punk trust Triple H to treat him right? No, there's no burial.
Yes.
Oh, clearly, otherwise he wouldn't be there, would he?
Yeah, he does. He has a pretty good open.
He would have just retired, bro. You know.
Generally speaking, Punk he feels comfortable enough to voice when he thinks an idea is bad right at the moment, while not being problematic about it.
Dragon Master Adam, £2. Why did AEW gaslight us with saying Jericho won?
Jimmy Dick.
I think it was just like a mistake.
Shit.
It was not a mistake.
No, it was on purpose.
Yeah, it was on purpose.
Yeah, that's weird. That's very weird.
Yeah, they normally don't
like that.
I don't know the actual reason why, but that was weird.
Joseph, £2. Is Triple H preserving AJ's TV PLE bump card? I hope so.
It's not about a bump card thing. I think it is a little bit. Like they don't want him doing filler stuff, and they're just waiting for the quote unquote opening to put him in a big storyline.
Matt Hennessy, $10. With the Garcia situation, do you think AEW should have gambled on him like WWE did with Drew by having him beat some of the top stars to show they're serious in investing in Garcia to convince him to stay? Well, I think obviously I know you listen to our show, so you probably have a very good idea of how I feel about it. But yeah,
that's not what WWE did with Drew though. What WWE did with Drew was they just wrote out exactly what they're gonna do with him, and they showed it to him, and he said that sounds really good, and then boom, that it happened.
Yeah. And that's what I've been saying they have to do with Garcia.
No, they were Monty. They just told Drew in August of 2000 and not even like it was before the Gunther program. They told him before the Gunther program, which started in July of 2023. They told him what he was going to be doing, like in the fall, like coming out of Survivor Series. And he said, "That sounds good." They said, "You're going to come back. You're going to put over Gunther. Jey Uso's going to move to Raw. You're going to be really pissed off about it. You're going to slowly turn heel. You're going to run through the roster, and then you'll be the top heel on the show." He was informed this in like the summer.
Yeah, but he didn't sign. He didn't re-sign until after. Well, he got announced like the end of April.
He was basically like, "That sounds good," and then like as it was in motion and happening, he verbally agreed to a deal.
But you know, Garcia's told AEW, didn't he? Or at least give him the impression that he was going to stay as well. So it's like he's somewhat similar, bro. There is definitely parallels there, but
they better have a plan for him. Like he should have just beaten MJF. Like, I'm sorry, I think that was so
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Robbed him of the biggest moment of his career. Well, that's genuinely what this is. So, you know. But yeah. Okay, so that's the super chats.
Are we done with the super chats?
Yeah, we're done on the super chats, bro. Unless you've got anything you want to throw out there. We're already eating into Raw anyway, so you might as well, if you want to throw anything else out, what you want to.
No, that's the
around.
show. I hope you guys enjoyed the scoops and the vibes and everything. Thank you so much for the super chats. Like seriously, like you guys really help us with that. It helps sustain the show, and honestly, like we get good conversations out of it, and I hope we're able to provide sufficient answers and information from them. So, guys, I continue to just support us. I really appreciate that. If you watched me on LNG yesterday reacting to ECW Anarchy Rules 99, thank you.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you this: if you missed it, it's still worth the listen as a podcast because it's just good audio and good information. So definitely check that out if you're subscribed to LNG Gold. Beyond that, Raw tonight is going to have a couple pretty good matches and a big Bronson Reed, Braun Strowman angle. Io Sky versus Bianca.
They changed to Kyrie versus Bianca.
No fucking way. Where did
The
you
graphics system.
Where did you see
Yeah,
it?
the whole chat were saying it. The whole chat were saying it. Just open Twitter.
If he was asking where Anna's seen it, like Anna would like come across some like fake WWE graphic. Like, come on, bro.
No.
Adam Ibu, chill out a sec. Adam Legend asked, wasn't there another scoop for the end? The scoop for the end was the CM Punk NXT one, bro. That's what Ibu said earlier. So
wait. If the graphics showed it at the top of Raw, my cope is that they're gonna do an angle to make it Io. That's my cope.
Yeah, whatever, mate. All
right. Well, that's WrestlePurists Worldwide, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please continue to please comment, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys next week.